For most of human history, the top of our world was just a frozen wilderness, impassable. But that's all changing. As the ice melts, the Arctic is transforming into this incredible new frontier, and it's kicking off a modern-day gold rush for trade, for resources, and you guessed it, for global power.
I mean, just think about that for a second. What if, tomorrow, a brand new ocean just appeared on the map? An ocean creating shortcuts between continents that never ever existed before. It sounds like pure science fiction, right?
Well, it's not sci-fi, it's happening. Right now, climate change is literally opening up the Arctic Ocean, creating a new navigable sea. And this one single change is sparking an absolutely intense global race for access and for control.
So what's the big prize here? Why is everyone scrambling? It all boils down to one simple, incredibly powerful idea. A shortcut, a golden shipping route that could completely reshape how goods move around our planet.
The numbers here really tell the whole story. Let's take a standard trip, say from Busan in South Korea, all the way to Rotterdam in the Netherlands. The old way, through the Suez Canal, is a huge journey, about 22,000 kilometers, taking roughly 40 days. But this new Northern Sea route, it slices off a whopping 7,000 kilometers.
And that shorter distance means you get there 10 days faster. Now, in the world of global shipping, where every single hour costs a fortune, 10 days isn't just a small improvement, it's an absolute game changer. It rewrites the entire economic equation.
And that time saved? Well, it translates directly into cold, hard cash. We're talking huge savings on fuel, something like 30%. And you get to completely skip the massive transit fees of the Suez Canal. For shipping companies, this isn't just another option. It's a potential jackpot.
But hang on, this new ocean isn't exactly a calm blue sea just yet. It's still a really harsh and unpredictable place, full of ice. So to unlock all this potential, you need a very special piece of technology. You need an icebreaker.
So what is an icebreaker? Well, it's so much more than just a strong ship. It's like a heavyweight boxer in a finely engineered suit. It's designed not just to survive in the ice, but to completely dominate it. This is the key that unlocks this entire new ocean.
So how do these things actually work? You might think they just ram through the ice with brute force, but it's way smarter than that. First, that special sloped front, the bow, lets the ship literally ride up on top of the ice sheet. Then, the ship's incredible weight, we're talking thousands and thousands of tons, does the real work, just crushing the ice underneath it. And finally, super powerful propellers push all those broken pieces of ice out of the way, clearing a path.
And the engineering behind them is just incredible. The hulls, they're made of steel plates that are more than twice as thick as a normal ship's. They've got these high-torque engines that deliver immense, constant power. They even have special systems that can physically rock the entire ship from side to side to break itself free if it ever gets trapped by the ice.
Okay, so when you've got a prize this big, you know what's coming next, right? The world's major powers are all scrambling for position. The melting of the Arctic is kicking off a new great game, a geopolitical showdown for control over the top of the world.
And the key players are exactly who you'd imagine. You've got Russia, which has this massive Arctic coastline and the world's only fleet of nuclear-powered icebreakers. They want to control the route. Then you have the United States, backed by NATO, pushing for freedom of navigation for everyone. And of course, there's China, calling it their Ice Silk Road, and seeing a golden opportunity to dominate the trade routes of the 21st century.
And we have to be clear, the stakes here are unbelievably high. This isn't just about container ships. As this quote points out, the region is already heavily militarized. Russia's Kola Peninsula, right near the entrance to this new route, is home to one of the biggest concentrations of nuclear weapons on the planet.
So you see what's happening. As that physical barrier of ice melts away, all these hidden geopolitical tensions are just bubbling right up to the surface. The Arctic is fast becoming a brand new frontline for global competition. But, this competition isn't just limited to the big three. There are some other, maybe more surprising players making some really high-stakes bets on the Arctic. And that brings us to the fascinating case of South Korea. Now this is the big question, isn't it? South Korea has no Arctic coastline. It has no historical claims up there. So how on earth does it plan to compete with giants like Russia, the US, and China?
Well, the answer starts with a huge financial commitment. The South Korean government has earmarked a massive $5.2 billion budget just for 2026, and that money is aimed squarely at its Arctic ambitions. And here's their ace in the hole: technology.
South Korea is an absolute global titan when it comes to building complex, high-tech ships. While other countries might have geography on their side, South Korea has the industrial power to build the very specific vessels needed to conquer the Arctic, like those advanced ice-class carriers for shipping liquefied natural gas.
So their strategy is really smart and multi-layered. They're building new research icebreakers, they're handing out millions in subsidies to companies that build commercial ice-class ships, and they're strategically positioning their southern port, Busan, to become the main hub for all of this new Arctic trade. They're even moving their entire Ministry of Oceans there to lead the charge. And what this all does is set up a huge economic battle for the Asian side of the route. Will the ultimate gateway to the Arctic be Busan in South Korea, or will it be its massive rival, Shanghai in China?
And this is where geopolitics circles right back into the picture. Some experts think that growing concern about China's influence, maybe from both Russia and the US, could actually create a strategic opening for an allied nation like South Korea, potentially giving Busan a really unexpected advantage in this race.
So a new ocean is opening up. It's redrawing the maps of trade and of power right before our eyes. And while it offers these incredible opportunities, it's also sparking dangerous new conflicts. A whole new world of change is bearing down on us from the north. The only question left is, are we ready for it?